There's this thing called formative causation, which explains consciousness and that we are all part of a unitary whole. It is possible to positively influence those around you simply by expanding your own consciousness. And that's what it says. What better proof do we need than that, saying that we're all connected? Well, the problem is, unfortunately, there's a lot of skepticism on this topic as it is not mainstream. But that will not hold me back from sharing these truths with you. Every truth is subject to the viewpoint, perception, and opinion of the subject anyway, right? So are there any real truths anyway? All right, well, that's another philosophical rabbit hole topic. So let's just stay on track and dive right in. What's up, YouTube? My name is Kellyanne Rose, and this video is about the theory that explains that we are all connected. You can legitimately expand your own consciousness and you will influence others without words. So let's dive in. This man named Carl Woodford is a grad student in philosophy, cosmology, consciousness, and he's a yogi and meditation teacher, product manager, and lawyer and writer. And a lot of the content in this video I got from him. In summarizing Rupert Sheldrakes' book, The Present of the Past, Chad talks about formative causation, and he says he finds the theory of formative causation exciting because it offers an answer to the question about how the mind is related to the brain, supporting the yogic view that the mind is akin to a radio receiver for a mind that extends well beyond it, perhaps in its own morphic field. And it may answer questions that genetic science has been unable to answer about evolution. Formative causation may even help us understand how consciousness, in the yogic sense, interacts with the relative field of reality. So, scientists have also conducted experiments with varying degrees of success, setting out to prove that new learned behavior in a species of bird in one part of the world can be transmitted non-locally, for example, to birds halfway around the world. You can read more about these experiments in Sheldrakes' book and in my video, Discovering Your Intuition, Research Study Proves Telepathy. So let's talk about morphic fields at the species level. Morphic resonance operates at the level of a species, including the human species. You could say that human societies, cultures, and humanity as a whole have their own morphic fields in which a collective cultural memory can be stored over time that augments or transcends recorded memory. Wow, right? Completely fascinating. And these fields can transmit information instantaneously in accordance with quantum physics across country borders and continents. And like other morphic fields, they are nested hierarchies of fields. So in light of morphic resonance, it's entirely possible that groupthink is so harmful, but precisely because it's supported by morphic resonance within a particular group. Dude, this is why false news can be so scary, especially when it's large TV networks on popular influencers spreading topics about biased news. I mean, within every country, state, city, and region, you are only hearing the news of that particular area. Often in the case of influencers, you're only going to hear their viewpoints, but it will all have merit because free speech, right? But if we are all just influenced by what we are hearing, whether sourced or not, how do we even know what we are hearing is the truth? And why would you even believe the things I am saying? Well, all I can do is speak my own truth, and that's why I'm here. And also, when you're listening to certain things, especially when it's not mainstream media, sometimes when it rings a bell, your intuition will tell you whether that makes sense or not. So it's really important for you to use your own deductive reasoning and for us all to be able to come to our own decisions about topics given multiple different news sources. Perhaps you're not hearing from mainstream news about morphic resonance yet, or maybe you never will, but what you can do is learn about a bunch of different things and piece it together and understand that this is important to learn. Not to sound preachy, but certainly important to me, and I'm going to go right back ahead to talk about morphic resonance and groupthink. So likewise, myths, sacred rituals, and even scientific paradigms are shaped by morphic fields and maintained by morphic resonance. So Chad Woodford says, ironically, it is this very morphic reinforcement that has kept formative causation from taking hold more broadly in the scientific community. So formative causation and morphic fields theory resonates deeply with Carl Jung's concept of the collective unconscious, which is a global or universally shared pool of field of unconscious archetypes that is comprised of all prior thought and experience from the history of humanity. And Woodford says, in fact, the two theories go hand in hand. I will continue to say that, just speaking from Woodford's article that I found, he says, but Jung's idea of the collective unconscious did not make sense in the context of mechanistic theory of life. Consequently, it was not taken seriously within orthodox science, but it makes good sense in the light of formative causation. By morphic resonance, structures of thought and experience that were common to many people in the past contribute to morphic fields. These fields contain the average forms of previous experience defined in terms of probability. This idea corresponds to Jung's conception of archetypes as innate physical structures. So Jung does talk about that. So it seems far more plausible for this collective unconscious to be maintained by fields than passed down through some kind of biological encoding in the brain. And I love how Chad is just posing the question here, like, do you see how beautiful and elegant this theory is? And I give him all the credit for all of the content in this video because I just straight read his article and was so inspired I had to share it all. I'll have to come see you in LA sometime, Chad. So both yoga philosophy, what does this all mean, right? Both yoga philosophy and the theory of formative causation view the world as a nested series of self-organized systems. Taking more of an Aristotelian view that all of nature is infused with intelligence, life, and an eminent animating force rather than there being some god or platonic realm of forms or laws driving matter from the outside. Now, we are all part of the divine. I do agree with that. But I must say that I do believe in Jesus Christ as our Savior and the Son of God because I am Catholic and I was raised Catholic and those are my beliefs. I can also be a yogi though too. So morphic resonance works especially well with the classical tantric view that everything is made of consciousness, that all of manifest reality is a cosmic unity known as the heart of being. For a deeply fascinating scientific exploration and confirmation of this, Chad tells us to see The Wonderful Self-Aware Universe by Amit Goswami, another book he says he plans to summarize at some point. So thank you so much for Chad for doing all this research. I'm going to keep talking here about the revolutionary power of morphic resonance. This new morphic understanding of the power of collective, cultural, or societal fields is potentially revolutionary. It confirms long-held yogic understanding that because we are all part of a unitary whole, it is possible to influence positively those around you simply by expanding your own consciousness. Of course, as he says he'll discuss in a forthcoming blog post, it's not an excuse for inaction, but it just serves as a powerful reminder of our interconnectedness. It gives him hope that what appears to be a worsening momentum of dense consciousness across large swaths of society can be counteracted by individuals dedicated to lifting the collection vibration through both external and internal evolutionary work, which is so cool, and why group meditation can be so effective, and why not just the work externally that you're doing in life, but also the work that you're doing on yourself and working on your own internal being and body can make such a difference, because you're improving the purity of your own consciousness, which people will then pick up on, and your descendants will evolve that way. It'll show up in your DNA, and through this theory, just be trickled down generations to come, whether family or not. It's just the group think that everyone is picking up on. Essentially, telepathy is here, and all of this quantum physics and land is starting to show signs to piece things together to explain it. So in this article that we're talking about here, we've seen how relatively new field theory can help explain everything from genetic inheritance to groupthink and Jung's collective unconscious. We have also seen the ways in which formative causation is evocative of much of the ancient yogic worldview. For Chad, this theory has helped put into more concrete terms the lived experience of seeing how a few individuals can positively influence a larger group. And of course, this is all information that was brought together in that article. So there was more information in the article. I'll post the link in the description of this video if you want to go check out the article. Just want to give major kudos to Chad Jayadev Woodford. He is the man, and maybe catch one of his yoga classes or teachings up in LA, California. And just so cool to hone in on the fact that this theory helped put into more concrete terms the lived experience of seeing how a few individuals can positively influence a larger group. So that also proves and goes to show that we have an inherent moral responsibility to not just fill ourselves with information, but just allow our brains to quiet so that we can just feel at peace with ourselves. They say that if the world learned how to meditate, by the time every child was 8 years old, the world would see world peace. And this is exactly why. Please comment with any comments. Subscribe to my channel, but don't just do that. Click the notification bell so that you can get updates on my future videos. My last video also talked about the same theory if you're interested in learning more. And I'm new to YouTube, so I really appreciate your support. Go ahead and click like on this video, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Thanks, YouTube. Ciao.